Ollie, you said you struggled a bit because the stuff you normally played with was banned. Do you think on reflection, do you think it was a good thing to ban those things? Was it a good experience for you?
Yeah, definitely. It was yeah, it was really good to just see some other stuff on the table.
100%.
Not come up against hope.
Yeah, I was absolutely fed up of seeing Hope. Yeah.
Did I?
Nate night a couple of weeks back. I kind of thought people were gonna play, kind of mix it up a little bit more and try some other stuff. And then I played. I think every team had Hope in it and some massive X-Men lady that they didn't have to buy.
Yeah.
Just for all 3 rounds.
I think.
I'll be honest. If it wasn't banned this week, I would have played Green Lantern Human, Green Devil Mask, Lesser Trap, The Question,
and the rest of that normal package.
Billy Club, Professor X, and it would have been horrible.
And it's for people like you that we have ban lists like that. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I say people like you. I used to be exactly like that, and I think I exhausted the patience of my local face-to-face play group by my attitude was, you set the limitations, and my job is to find the best team within those limitations, which is what you're doing. Yeah, and that's fine. I think we need to continue with the limitations, because I think
I appreciate limitations, because that also challenges me as a deck builder then, because it's pushing me out of that comfort zone, and it's pushing me to find new things to actually challenge the rest of you.
Yeah. So I think in future formats we should do some stuff which encourages us to use more and more less common stuff. Would we do this format again? It was all right, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe ban a couple more cards just to make it a bit more interesting, so we've not got a million mirror matches and cycles.
I'm surprised there was no Boom Boom. That's one thing I'm surprised about.
Yeah.
Well, we had an attuned team, I suppose.
She was banned. Why was Boom Boom not in my team if she wasn't banned?
Okay.
I didn't think Boom Boom's as bad without Hope. I mean, she's still pretty potent, but she's not as potent with
Yeah, exactly.
But it's another lightning bolt character that works with Firefly and Yuan-Ti getting her free attacks as well, kind of thing. She's another piece that is normally in this team.
Indeed. Okay, I've got one more question, because it was up on Facebook today, and I forget who wrote it. My apologies to whoever is the author of this, but there was a suggestion, quite nicely written, that WizKids should, if I can paraphrase, WizKids should change the rules of Dice Masters so that all globals are by default once per turn. I don't know if it's once per turn on your turn or whatever. Which is the text on a lot of modern globals, but it's certainly not the default position. He felt, that the author of this felt, that that would be an improvement to the game. Does anyone have any thoughts on that?
No.
Yeah, he's wrong.
Did the author specify a particular global that he had a problem with? Or?
He did mention PXG, which I think is absolutely a fair call, but personally I'd probably just limit it to that, which they have in printing the new PXG in Heimdall and stuff. He mentioned Magic Missile, which I think is a fair call, except that other people pointed out that with the new, what's the one in the new set?
Magic Wand, or
that's it.
Which one it is?
You lose life for using it, which I think is a much more elegant way of solving the problem, actually.
He did have a counter argument with Relentless and Swords of Revealing Light, which I thought was intriguing, which if you limited it once per turn, you could bring them back. I did enjoy that part of the argument, but that was probably about where it was left, really. In fairness, if you just errated those two cards, it would counteract that.
I mean, you'd kill off the Green Lantern decks instantly, because you wouldn't have the multiple Kate Bishop or
being able to bounce them back with Static Field as well.
Or you'd either have to run both global so you can at least get your Question and your Lantern back.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind limiting a bit of static field, I guess. As Zach I think pointed out, having to buy another, the way to get around static field if it was once per turn, and you had a big fella like Fix It or something, would be that you'd have to buy 2 Fix-Its, and that would not be a bad thing because that would cut down on the turn 3 losses, and it might shift the balance in favor of combat damage, which I'm all for, frankly. But
slow down the Grodd ramp decks,
But as a general policy, I think it's a bit of a blunt instrument. I think perhaps. I mean, WizKids are. Sorry, go on.
It's a different game at that point. It's a completely different game. You start again with your team building from scratch, and you get. It's an interesting thing to do as a format thing and try it, kind of thing, and see how people team build around it.
Yeah, we could certainly do it as a format, but I'm not sure how much impact it would have exactly in just any given tournament. Sorry,
so
Jack.
What would Polaris Hail to? Is it Hail to the King? Polaris Hail to the King. What would the text on that then be? It would kind of be irrelevant, wouldn't it? It's as good as a blank.
She would, yeah. It would be applying her. It would be applying her text, except no. In fact, because
you
his suggestion
use multiple globals.
Yeah.
Whereas you could use one global with her.
His suggestion would be that you can only use each global once, whereas she says each player can only use one global once. But
as you said, James, if they're moving most globals to once per turn, would you not just hit rotation and rotate out most of the stuff that like Magic Missile and?
I think as much as we criticize WizKids for some things, I think they actually have this in hand. You can totally see the progress from globals like Blue Eyes, which you were able to KO something, so you got the KO benefit, you got the ramp from KOing the thing if that's what you wanted, and you got the discount. And now I think it's in one of the wrestling. Honestly, all of the wrestling cards just look like people to me. I can't tell the difference, but one of them. One of them, you just it has the Blue Eyes global, but I think you have to sacrifice the psychic instead of knocking it out.
You're on about the rock, yeah.
It's just a bit more balanced than that.
So they're making quite, and then as we said, we've got the PXG and the new PXG and the Heimdall and stuff. So I think they're making quite strenuous efforts to improve it. And as you say, when rotation comes, I would say they have it in hand without taking a.
I want modern villain making global back.
You sorry, what?
I want
a villain maker.
Villain making global.
There isn't one, is there?
Iron Man Industrialist, that kind of thing. The make a character a villain.
Name all the villain maker globals. Go.
Yeah.
You got the Lantern Power Ring, isn't you?
There's one on. There's one that costs 2 energy. That's the Monument to Evil.
There's 2 basic actions that do it.
Pandora's Box, is that one?
Pandora's
One on global now. On global ability.
There's one on the AVX.
One from AVX promo.
Yeah, what's that one? It's the one with somebody lying on the floor having taken a big hit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it in my box right here.
And there's two on Iron Man. There's one on the Tin Head, I think it is, the one from Age of Ultron, the one where he's in the gold and orange armor. And then there's another one on Industrialist where it's the black and yellow armor. I think maybe is that right?
Yeah. Is any of that more? Yeah.
Oh, what's that called? Takedown. Takedown. It's called, isn't it?
It is indeed called Takedown.
Good name. Any more? Have we missed any? We should have some challenges. I might do it. I might have to write a little quiz for next week.
This is getting dangerously close to the Christmas special MOD.
But it's like Christmas every week.
Yeah.
Right, I think I might have to call it a night there, fellas, because I've got to work in the morning and it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah, ditto. And I've got my son's birthday tomorrow as well.
Pay a mask. There it is.
And Pandora's Box is a shield.
And if we've missed any, please point them out in the comments. We had 2 Iron Men, those 2 basic actions, Monument to Evil, and
Lantern Power Ring.
Lantern Power Ring. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time and your thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week for some fighting.
I won't be there next week, but hopefully at some point in the not too distant future, I will be free again.
Cool.
Great. Lovely to have you. Take care and good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.